Here's the thing. In these last 4 months, I've been really diligent with my nutrition. I've been dialing it in, and I've been keeping a keen eye on my eating habits, especially the amount of food that I eat. I don't really give a fuck about macros anymore. I don't give a damn if I eat sufficient protein, about nutrient timing, about the ratio of carbs to fats. I don't care anymore. I realized in order to make this really enjoyable for myself, something that I can sustain for months and months and months, years even, calories is what I need to control for. The rest will take care of itself. Balanced nutrition, yes, but I'm not anal about my protein intake anymore. I just don't care anymore. 90% of my results come just by controlling food quantity, food intake. And then, trust me when I say I eat exclusively the foods that I enjoy eating. And that includes ice cream every day. That includes a lot of fruit. That includes dairy products, chocolate here and there. Yes, some protein. My favorite protein source, eggs and cheese. I will have some canned sardines here and there when I'm pressed for time, or I need to get some easy, quick protein in. Some tuna maybe. I will eat out, eating whatever the hell I want to eat. So I will have my burgers, my fries, my milkshakes, whatever I want to eat, I will eat within that caloric window that I have. But you know, this is a massive detour. I just wanted to say that for 4 months I've been more diligent, probably more diligent than I've ever been with my diet, but not more restrictive necessarily. I did restrict myself to some extent, obviously, but I've been just more aware, if you will, and more diligent. And after 4 months, I saw my body completely transformed. I dropped some body fat, I dropped a lot of water weight, and I just look crisper, I look sharper. I'm stronger than I was when I started 4 months ago, even though I was eating more back then. So now I'm at a point where I'm still eating a lot. Make no mistake, I am eating a lot every day, but I'm still losing weight. Now this might be different for you depending on your level of physical activity, but if you're diligent with your nutritional protocol and you have some form of exercise protocol dialed in, you'd be amazed with how much you can get away with. How much food, how much liberty, how much freedom, how much enjoyment you can have with your diet while still hitting your goals. And that's the key. I realized yesterday when I was taking my clothes off to get into the shower and I saw myself in the mirror, I was like, good goddamn you handsome son of a bitch. At the same time, I realized I'm nowhere near where I want to be long term. I've set lofty goals for myself and the way I want to look just because I enjoy the chase, I enjoy the climb, I enjoy doing these things that are hard and deemed unreasonable by other people. That's the type of shit I really enjoy. So I said to myself as I was there naked in front of my mirror, I said, in order to get to that next level, it's not going to be another 3-4 months. No, it's going to be another half a year to really be at a place where I'll never be 100% content. I don't want to be. I always want to be on that chase, on the road, if you will. But I said 6 months to look crazy sharp, crazy dialed in. And yeah, it probably could be done faster, but I want this to be enjoyable. And then I was catching myself thinking, 6 months, boy oh boy, that's a long time. That's gonna suck. And in that same moment I said to myself, actually no, the last 4 months didn't suck at all. Actually I'm I'm better now than I was 4 months ago. I'm more dialed in. I'm not just better looking, I just feel better. I feel better every day because I'm not overeating on a regular basis, and my body just feels tight, it feels sharp, it feels good, it feels healthy. I feel like $1,000,000 fucking bucks every day. All right. But I did realize that what I was actually referring to when I said, oh, this is gonna suck, is that time frame. 6 months is a long time, and we're impatient creatures, most of us. And we want results now. But the fact is, if you have a good nutrition and exercise protocol, 6 months for you is not a pain in the ass. It's just gonna be another 6 months. Why? Because you gotta be in this for life. I'm in this shit for life. I will never stop watching my nutrition, watching how much I eat, when I eat, what I eat. I will never take my eyes off of that. I will never stop monitoring my progress. I will never stop going to the gym. I will never stop getting my activity in every day. This is just part of my life, but more importantly, it's made me better in every conceivable way. So giving that away due to sheer laziness or complacency, I would never do that. I would never do that because I cannot afford to give away such a good chunk of life quality. I'm not stupid. I see the results, I want the results, and I'm willing to do anything to keep those results. So, long story short, I realized it's not the fact that I have to monitor my food intake for another 6 months. I have to monitor and make sure I get stronger for another 6 months. That doesn't bother me at all. I love doing this shit at this point. My diet is so enjoyable. I love this shit. It's easy. It is easy. Now, the time frame is long, so I see how this can be difficult for a lot of people, myself included, because there's no light at the end of the tunnel. You just keep going from day to day, and after a couple of weeks you see some small improvements. After a couple of months you see bigger improvements, and then maybe after half a year, depending on where your starting point is at, you will see something that you can actually be proud of. But make no mistake about it, this road to a better, a healthier body, a better performing body, this road never ends. It cannot end. It must not end. You see, when I reach my goals that I set for myself, and let's say 6 months, maybe it's 4 months, maybe it's 5 months, maybe it's 7 months, you never know. When I reach those goals, let me assure you that I won't be satisfied. I will be happily dissatisfied. I will never be complacent with how I look and how I perform. And this might just be me, maybe I'm crazy, but what I'm trying to say here is, do not chase a final product. Do not chase this body that you will then receive after a period of suffering, and then you're going to be happy. This moment will never come. You will be better and better and better. You will be more satisfied as you go with the way you look and perform, but you're never going to reach that point where you're just, now I got it. I made it. And I can just go back to eating whatever shit foods I ate before, or stopping my exercise routine. That moment will never come, and you better pray to God that it never comes, because that's when you're in big trouble, because that's when you lose your perspective, your orientation, if you will. And then you'll just go about doing the things that everybody else is doing, getting fatter, getting sicker, getting more and more sedentary, until you have to start from zero again. So what I'm telling you here is that, number one, getting in good shape is not hard. It's not hard at all, unless you're doing it wrong. When you feel like your diet, your exercise protocol is hard, it's difficult for you to follow. It requires a lot of willpower, a lot of motivation on your part to complete another day successfully. That's when you know your shit is off. Okay, you're doing it wrong. Your diet, your exercise regimen should enrich your life, never take away from it, never make you miserable, never restrict yourself excessively. All right? Those things should make you better, not make you worse. And once you feel like it's getting super hard, it requires a lot of discipline, a lot of willpower on your part, you gotta change your routine. You gotta change your routine. You gotta find something, like I told you the other day, you gotta find something you can stick with long term, and then insert patience, and then you just ride that sucker right into the sunset. That's what you wanna do. It's not about finding something that will grant you results in 6 weeks, in 12 weeks. That shit doesn't work. What happens after those 12 weeks? What happens after those 6 months that I mentioned earlier? I said another 6 months to be at a level of sharpness, crispness, and physical performance that drops jaws left and right. When I reach that point, rest assured that that's just the beginning of another challenge, of another step. When I reach that point, I will look for different goals. I will look for something else to invest my energy and my motivation into. And that's exactly what I will do. And that's what I'm telling you, you have to do. There is no finish line in this. And don't be sad. This is the beauty. You don't want the finish line. You don't want the end of the tunnel. You want to be on a regimen that fulfills you. I learned that excessive restriction is a one-way ticket to, number one, an eating disorder, and number two, to not reaching your goals. Because this shit is long-term. Think long-term. Think months, years of being on your regimen, of being on your program, whether diet, exercise, whatever we're talking about here. Think months, years. Think lifetime. Now we're talking. Think about your life in the grand scheme of things. And that's pretty much it. Until you have found something, a regimen, a protocol you can follow long term, until you have found that, you'll be spinning your wheels, you'll be hating the way you look, you'll be hating the way you perform, that you're always tired, that you're always out of shape, out of breath. You will never be close to your potential. And take this from me, because I've been there. I have been there. I've either been doing what everybody else does, not giving a damn about food intake, or I've been excessively restrictive. Again, doing what everybody else does when they think they need to drop a couple pounds or tighten up a little bit. They go on these crazy restrictive diets that they can't maintain. I can't maintain those diets. And trust me, I am very likely more disciplined than you. I have more to lose than you, if you will. Obviously, because this is my job, I need to look a certain way, but I'm just a hard ass. I am hard on myself, harder than most people are on themselves. And that leads to discipline. That leads to daily motivation. That leads to grinding it out until you get there. Plain and simple. I will not stop. I cannot stop. But oh my god, we're almost 20 minutes into this bitch. Let me just wrap this up real quick. Find something that you can stick with long term. And if you do not enjoy your diet, if you do not enjoy your exercise protocol, change it. If you're counting down the days, the weeks until you get to your goal, change your goddamn routine. You're never gonna get to your goal. If you think it's another 2, maybe 3 months of dieting and exercising to get in shape, double that time. That's a more realistic time frame. Think 6 months plus, like I told you the other day. Think long term. And if you don't enjoy what you're doing right now, change it. I urge you to change it. Talk soon.